Students, the topic for today's discussion is the development of the stomach, how stomach develops. Stomach is the muscular hollow dilated part of the GIT. It is a muscular organ. It is the organ of the second phase of digestion, which is located between the esophagus and the small intestine. It plays a key role in the process of digestion, as most of the protein digestion occurs in the stomach. Formation of the primitive gut initiate the stomach development during the cephalocaudal and lateral folding of the embryo. A part of the endoderm lined yolk sac which form the primitive gut. Primitive gut then give rise to three divisions: foregut, midgut, and hindgut. Foregut that faces the anterior, midgut intermediate between the foregut and hindgut is the part of the gut that is present toward the cloacal end. And this is the diagram. Oropharyngeal membrane. It is the foregut. It is the front or facial portion of the embryo. This is yolk sac, and the endoderm lined yolk sac makes the primitive gut. Primitive gut has three parts, subdivisions: foregut, midgut, and hindgut. This is the amnion, and here the cloacal membrane. The part of the primitive gut that is present near to the cloacal membrane is the hindgut, and this cavity in which the primitive gut is present is the abdominal cavity. With the further developmental process, the embryonic extension of GIT occurs. At the age of 2 or 3rd week of the intrauterine life, the gastrointestinal tract extends from the buccopharyngeal membrane to cloacal membrane, and initially it arises from the endoderm, but laterally all the three germ layers contribute in it. Here is the stomodium, the buccopharyngeal membrane part, cloacal membrane, and with the primitive gut, foregut, midgut, and hindgut. Then development of the stomach starts. During the 4th week of development, the foregut dilated caudal to esophagus and starts or initiate the stomach. Buccopharyngeal membrane here, esophagus, the initial part, the first part of the GIT, almost about the first part of the GIT, and then near the stomach, in between the intestine and esophagus, it is the dilated part of GIT. Then the position or adjustment of the stomach. Caudate end of the stomach descends from C2 at 4th week to the 12th week. From C2 cervical vertebrae C2 to thoracic vertebrae T12. The caudate end of the stomach descends. Then the axis of the stomach. Stomach evolves by two rotation along longitudinal axis and anteroposterior axis. Here you can see longitudinal axis is this one, and this one is the anteroposterior axis, two axes from which stomach evolves. First rotation occurs along the longitudinal axis, and then the second rotation along the anteroposterior. First rotation, the stomach along the longitudinal axis rotates. It involves the 90-degree clockwise rotation, which result in the right side becomes posteriorly oriented, while the left side of the stomach becomes anterior. This is a result of the first rotation. And then in the second rotation, positioning of the fundus or duodenum occurs, in which the stomach rocks on its longitudinal axis. In the resulting structure is the pylorus shift to the right side, while the cardiac orifice shift to the left side. So this is the second rotation. And then the positioning of the stomach. Initially, two ends lie in the midline. Then during rotation, cranial end moves to the left side, while the caudal end moves to the right side. After rotation, stomach long axis running from above left to below right. In this way, the position of the stomach is determined. In the position of the stomach, initial, during rotation, and after rotation. It is the diagram. Here you can see it is the midline that divides the stomach, greater curvature and the lesser curvature, and this is the esophagus. Formation of the curvature during rotation, curvatures formed of the stomach. One side grows faster and the greater and lesser curvatures formed. Mesenteries, development of the omentum. Two borders, ventral border and dorsal border. The ventral border connected with the anterior body wall by the ventral mesogastrium, while the dorsal border connected with the posterior abdominal wall by the dorsal mesogastrium. This is the diagram. Dorsal mesogastrium here, while the ventral mesogastrium here. The mesenteries, that is the development of the omentum. Then the ventral mesogastrium divides into lesser omentum and falciform and coronary ligament, while the dorsal mesogastrium divides into the gastrosplenic ligament and linorenal ligament. Both these mesogastrium divides into different certain components. Here this is the diagram. Gastroligament, gastrosplenic ligament, which is derived from the dorsal mesogastrium, along with the linorenal ligament, and this is the ventral mesogastrium divisions lesser omentum and falciform omentum, falciform and coronary ligament. At the end, dorsal mesogastrium give rise greater omentum, which results in the greater curvature of the stomach, and this is the development of the stomach.